The boxing community is not impressed with Clarissa Shields' next opponent. The reactions to the fight look mostly bad. Everybody keeps saying the same thing. She's fighting another 42-year-old. The Capricorn in me wants to be fair. That, well, she can only really fight who's there. And Kay Scott is a champion. She's a unified champion, albeit one in a barren weight class where there are not that many people to fight. And she only really has 7 fights, one of which she lost, one of which she drew. You know, I want to be fair. But they got this woman at pound for pound, #1 for fighting these kinds of people. What it do, Huey? What it do, Michael? You pound for pound numero uno. I think it's just that ESPN can't be bothered to give it the same thought that they give the men. That's the only thing I could come up with. That's all I could really... Because I'm like, how you pound for pound #1 with that resume? See, I have Katie at #1. And I have Clarissa at #2. But she's not a close second. You know? Like, nah, you're not. Your resume don't look like hers. Ain't no Amanda Serrano's on your resume. She got Amanda. She got Chantel. She got Natasha. She got all these champions. Victoria Bustos, Anaías de Sanchez, Rose Volante, Delphine Persoon, Christina Lenardatu, right? Christina was the one that gave Alicia her first loss. 3 fights later, Katie gave her loss. But I guess that fighting 42-year-old Kay Scott, I guess that's supposed to be better. I just think they don't really care, you know, so they just going to give it to her like, oh, well, she won undisputed 1,000,000 times in these empty weight classes, so we just going to give it to her. Tuesdays and Thursdays. Did you find out where that's from, Michael? I go Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tuesdays and Thursdays. My daughter heard me saying it like that. She's like, why are you saying it like that? Like what? Tuesdays and Thursdays. What it do? Octavius, we out here, yo. The fight is drawing closer. And there's a lot of people saying that it don't really got a buzz like that. You know? That they not getting the big fight feel. Maybe it's because this is not that big a fight. People are saying things like Xander should have done more interviews. There should have been more promotion. Or I think, look, anybody that knows about these two fighters knows about the fight. What you're asking for are casuals. And casuals don't know Boots. Casuals don't know Xander. To me, it's too soon for either of them to be on pay-per-view. It's too soon. Yeah, yo. Tuesdays and Thursdays. What they're asking for, it's not about promotion. This is a good fight. I like the fight. I'm going to buy the fight. I'm not going to steal from these boys. I think it's a good fight. But it's not a super fight. You got a lot of regular fights that are ending up $75, $60. It's like, yo, it's not a lot you could do about that. Now, what if I told you you do that same fight with them same 2 guys, not on pay-per-view, you do it on a regular joint? Oh yeah, everybody gonna watch it. Everybody gonna watch it. But these boys are not in a place where you need to be paying $75 to see them. The argument, it doesn't change. What it do, Herb? We out here, yo. The argument don't change. Because the problem is, them dudes is on pay-per-view, right? And it's not because this fight is that big. It's because their demands are big. That's why they, and yeah, y'all doing it backwards. Y'all doing it backwards. Jules, finish the last episode of the relay. What it do, my boy? Another lunch lady undefeated. Another one. But she's pound for pound number one. Está bien. I never went by ESPN's list, bro. You could go back to episodes of the relay from 2017, 2016. I never went by their list. When they had Gennady at number one, I said, yeah, that's bullshit. When they had Vasyl Lomachenko at number one, I said, nah, that don't make no sense. So it's to me, it's more of the same. Price point, yeah, it shouldn't be a pay-per-view, Michael. It's just like, to me, honestly, I like the fight and I'm gonna buy the fight, but honestly, them dudes is not popular enough to be doing that. None of these guys are. Not Benavidez, not Xander, not yet. None of them. That's really what the problem is. You used to have to reach a certain level of popularity before you do that. Now they're doing it just because you want a lot of money. The fans don't give a fuck what you want. Like, well, I don't give a fuck if you think you deserve 3, 4, 5 mil. I don't give a fuck. But hey, do what you do, Playboy. You do what you do, and we'll do what we do. And there it is. You know? I didn't know Zayas versus Ennis was paper. Yo, I'm telling you, Slide. The shit is every decent fight now is a pay-per-view. What can we do? You asking blue collar people. Boxing is not a luxury item. That's not a luxury sport. Y'all making fucking sports too goddamn expensive to watch. The true test would have been Puerto Rican weekend and drop it on Yo, talk about it, Michael. You hit the nail on the head. See, you do that same fight on TNT or USA, just a conventional platform, and millions of people will watch it. Yeah, they will. Millions of people will watch it. But Xander's following is not yet, and Boots' following, it's not yet in a place where you do that. It's just not, bro. It's just not. This is the fight that gets you there. That's what this is. This is the fight that gets you to that point. It's a precursor. But the fight by itself, nah, you bugging. When a fight is a super fight, one thing about a super fight and how you know it's a super fight, you don't mind paying for it. Pacquiao versus Mayweather, nobody was mad about the price tag. Nobody was thinking, nah, y'all bugging. Nah, we got to do that. We got to do that. Don't we learn anything from Keith? Nah, man. What it do, Pumpkin? On CBS. Combat sports full of male divas with safety first styles. Talk about his strangeness. You absolutely right. You are so right in that evaluation. You don't like the guys, you know, like you used to respect the guys. You respected Roy. You respected Mike, even though he's a fucking maniac. You respected Manny. You even admired Manny, you know, Cotto. These guys were people that like, yo, these are some real fucking dudes. I don't look at these guys and think like, man, what the fuck? It's just like you said, safety first diva styles. You don't respect these guys like that. Like, nah, it's always a Twitter war. I was listening to Nesta Gibbs. Shout out to Nesta. And he said the same shit I've been saying. That, nah, because the Twitter, because the thing, because Devin said, because Shakur. Man, nobody give a fuck about that shit. Nobody cares. At this point, nah, people don't care that much. 4 pounds, 8 pounds, 47, 44. Man, I don't fucking care, man. Then don't fight. I watched Liam Pardo and Lewis Crocker this morning. That was a beautiful fight. Beautiful fight. 12th round. Lewis is going for it. He trying to get the knockout. He pushing Liam into the ropes. Liam comes back with a hook. Bing, bing. He's fighting it out. It's fucking beautiful. Fucking beautiful. And that shit wasn't extra. Yo, I enjoyed Crocker versus Bottle more than Stevenson versus Lopez, than Haney versus Norman, than Haney versus Ramirez. And those were pay-per-views. Those was pay-per-views. They bugging, man. They bugging. What a dude laughing like Saget. If Shakur won't go to 47, he should shut. Yeah, that's the other thing that I try to give that kid grace, but yo, if you're not ready to go to 47, then just hush all that shit then. Hush all that shit then. You had one fight at 40. So if you're not going to 47, you shouldn't even be entertaining none of that shit. Like, yo, I just got to 40, Bill. Won't you get the fuck off my dick? I literally just got to 40. No, fuck, I had one fight at 40. Why is y'all on my dick? But he keep talking about it, so who would you like to fight Moses next after Felipe Hrgovic? That's a good question. I wouldn't mind Zhang. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind Justice Hooney. I wouldn't mind Joseph Parker. Any one of those guys is fine by me. I wouldn't mind Daniel Dubois. I really like the Dubois fight, but not just yet. Dubois, I would like, see, he's fighting Hrgovic in the summer. Then you get him another guy like that, November, December. Then set him up for Daniel. Set him up for Daniel in like the spring. Because the thing about that kid is I love watching that kid fight. But he doesn't fight enough, it feels like. He just doesn't fight enough, it feels like. So, I think he's going to do Hrgovic, man. I think he's going to stop him. And, if he stops him, get him Hooney, get him Hooney, get him Parker. One of those guys. He's past the point of fighting domestic level fighters, I love that 7-for-7. That tournament is lit. You know that's probably a pay-per-view, right, bro? I don't know yet, but I have the sneaking suspicion that those motherfuckers is putting Italma versus Hrgovic on pay-per-view. They just haven't said it yet. I have the sneaking suspicion. Shit is out of control. Unrelated news. GTA 6 news. What, they pushed it back again, bro? Did they push it back again? Because I know it's been taking a minute for that shit to come out. Jules ain't good at much, but he knows how to pick a good barber. That camera ain't doing him any justice. Listen, man. UK barbers is underrated. Lewis Crocker may not have won today, but he had a good fade. It's digital only. No. Oh, wow. Stop playing. It's digital only. Probably trying to save on distribution costs. Straight from them to you. No middleman. That's some bullshit. I seen the images for the shit. I seen the images for the shit though. It looked good though. The graphics look good as fuck.
I mean, $80 is like fuck, bro. Yo, that's pushing it, bro.
My guy, you gonna have to take out a loan to get a PS6.
For real, bro. Well, motherfucking that shit, motherfucking price hike, bro. I'm like,
what is that shit? Like 1,000? I know it's around there.
Yeah, I mean, if you had the PS, like, okay, so remember when they dropped the Pro? They already had that like 700 something. That one's like around 900, almost 1,000, bro. So,
yeah, that's because I dropped off. I dropped off at PS3, and that was years ago. Like I never got the PS4. I never got the PS5, but I knew that the price for the console, it just kept going up. And I'm like, yo, I know that. Like, what did the PS5 cost?
It cost like around 600. Yeah, like it was 600, 599.
Yo,
But it rate. I think they rose another 200 or something. But
yo,
you
I don't
know,
know how motherfuckers can afford to be
yeah,
gamers.
I
Like, yo,
mean, yeah, it's because all this AI shit and the RAMs from everything from everything that stores fucking
but you
shit.
know what $500-600 is for a motherfucking game? Wow, bro. No wonder I dropped off. Like, cause I didn't even drop off because the PS3 wasn't really pricey, but I knew I was keeping up with what games they were coming out in case I wanted to start playing again. And I'm like, yo, y'all want what? This damn near $1,000. Yeah, y'all bugging.
Yeah, bro. Like, and my wife's birthday was like a couple months back, and I had bought her a Nintendo Switch 2. I mean, because I heard the price is gonna raise up like $50 more for the Switch 2, but I'm like, fuck it, I'll just buy hers before they do it.
I bought my son I think that's what it's called, the Switch. The shit you talking about. Is that the
Yeah,
shit where it comes with the detachable controllers?
yeah, that's the
Yeah,
one.
yeah. I got him that shit. That was like 300. Yeah, it costed me like $300. That fucking little shit.
Yeah, bro, that shit's pricey, bro. Like even the original Switch, I heard their prices are raising up. I'm like, what the fuck? Because this whole, it's just like, yeah, bro, the RAM storage and shit like that. Like that's what they need for video games, for TVs and all that. And all this AI bullshit is just eating all that shit up, dragging up the price for everything.
Jahi Tucker versus Yuris. So that you talking about Sergey Derevyanchenko? Yeah, I mean, I think that's gonna be a good fight. I think that's gonna be a good fight. Is that Jahi Tucker? Yeah, that's Jahi Tucker. That's Jahi Tucker. That's Jahi Tucker. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember that kid because he used to fight on Top Rank, I believe. He used to fight on Top Rank. Then he went to Zuffa. Well, he was at Top Rank. Then I think he went to Matchroom, and he was there for like a fight or two fights. And then now he's at Zmufa with Sergey. Yeah, now he's at Zmufa. And it's a good little fight. Like, it's a good little card. It's on a Sunday, so you really can't complain. And it doesn't cost anything extra. That's where I disagree with Eddie Hearn. And that's where I don't see anybody challenging him. We all know that the zone costs a lot of money. Like, it does. And, I'm not knocking the media because, they probably just have other questions that they ask him that it kind of slips their mind that, a lot of boxing fans, they're getting tired of this shit, man. It costs too much. A regular subscription is 200 and change. The ultimate is 2 times that amount. And if you don't pay that, you got to buy all these fucking pay-per-views, bro. Somebody got to tell Eddie, like, don't you guys think that you guys are asking the boxing fans for too much money too often? Because this shit is getting crazy, bro.
Yeah, this is. I mean, this Boots pay-per-view and Xander, that's a good one. I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That Eddie Hall shit. Who the fuck was gonna buy that? Like,
Nobody bought
Eddie
that
Hall,
motherfucking shit. Nah, and they tried to put that fucking Mayweather gay shit as a pay-per-view. Like, man, ain't nobody gonna buy that fucking shit. Fuck what I want to see Mayweather.
So what happened with the Floyd shit? He's not gonna fight the Zambides guy, or they're not gonna...
We don't know yet because the people that were supposed to represent him, right? They basically said that Floyd tried to double dip. They were supposed to represent him for that fight, and he involved another party. So now they took it to court, and they're filing an emergency injunction so that he can't fight. And they're not going to get a ruling until tomorrow, 12 p.m.
Oh shit! Damn.
That's why I think he's not over there yet. He doesn't know. I think that he's waiting to see what the judge says. And when the judge says whatever, then he'll go or he won't go. But that's what's going on with that. Alexis, what it do?
Yeah, what's up? No, just a clarification. Just a clarification. That fight is going to be on the undercard of Zayas Ennis.
You're right.
It's Jahai Tucker versus Eddie Cedeno. They're both middleweights.
Yeah, yo me equivoqué because there's a Zuffa fight with Sergey Didivianchenko and Jaleel Hackett. That's
That
Jaleel
Jaleel
Hackett.
Hackett, yeah.
Yeah,
So this one is gonna, this is one of these crossroads fight. Who they're gonna promote, who they're gonna cut. Eddie Cedeno, Dominicano, middleweight. They brought him up. They're pushing him, but Jahai Tucker's been talking hella crap to everybody over there. He feels he's the one who got pushed up a little bit, and I
yeah.
think he either lost or got a draw or something.
No, he lost. I saw that. He did lose a fight. He
To
did.
who? To who it was?
Un tipo ahí, pero he
But
did lose because I saw it. It was a couple of months ago. He did lose. I seen the shit. It
right,
wasn't,
right.
and it wasn't bad. It was just, yeah, you
No,
lost that shit.
no. But the kid is supposed to be good, but he, feels some type of way. He was the one that was pushing Zay for a fight with Xander Zayas when he was at 154 because he wanted that shine. He wants it all right now. So that's what that's about. But I think it's gonna be a fight because, but they both got something to fight for. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
La carteleta. I'm just saying that me personally, and I think that a lot of people will agree with me on this, that this is not, I like Xander. I like the fight. I'm gonna buy it. I won't steal from these boys.
No, I'm buying too. Yeah.
But I'm not, but this shouldn't be a pay-per-view, Alexis. I don't
Oh,
think
definitely. No,
this
no.
feels like the fight before you go on pay. That's what this feels
But
like El Quien Gana goes to pay-per-view.
but
That's what it feels like.
yes, but you know what? Jules, bro. You know what I'm saying? I feel about it like this. I feel like some of what is considered to be pay-per-view worthy isn't really of interest to me. So I'm just gonna spend money on the shit that interests me. And this is a fight that interests me. This boots and this and that. And I'll tell you one more thing. What I don't know if you caught this. Oh, you gotta tell me what the hell happened with that guy that what's his name?
Sean,
Yeah, yeah, what's that? So before that, he was on with this guy Breadman, right? And they're talking about because he had to apologize now. Fucking that guy had to apologize for having the nerve to say that it's gonna be better for boxing if Zayas wins. So they was like, oh, he's being racist. So he had to like kiss the ring, right? Because now he
hmm
doesn't want to be, he's woke. He's like, oh, I said the wrong thing. He's got to apologize to the mob. So anyway, that Breadman Evers goes in, right? The guy fucking starts saying he took it like somewhere else, bro. He starts equating that they're trying to shove, kind of like make Zayas into a star before he's a star, and then he compares it to Berlanga and this and that, and how they're always trying to push somebody to make a star with it and that. And I'm like, yo, dude. First of all, and let me tell you something. The Zayas dude killed Boots with the simple thing, right? I'm fighting you at 23. What were you fighting at 23? And here it is, the thing. And from there, I started thinking, who he would have, what would have been equitable to what he's doing? It's if Boots at 23 would have fought Crawford.
no, Spence. No, bueno,
No,
espera.
Crawford.
No, porque
Crawford or Spence.
I would say Spence because we have to go back to when Boots was 23, right? That's not actually that long ago when you think about it.
No,
That's
it's
like
5 years.
5 years. So we're
5
talking
years.
2017, por ahí, ¿verdad?
That's when
So,
he was rated with the WBO around that time.
so no. That was, eso fue después, eso fue en 2019. Was it? I'm getting old. The point is, look, he hit the nail on the head. But you gotta, we're at a point where you have to start saying the quiet part out loud. And I don't say it to be offensive. I say it because it's true. Latinos buy shit. It's just a fact.
Right.
We carry this fucking sport. It is just a fact. It
Whether
is.
it's Mexican or Puerto Rican.
We
Period.
carry this sport. We don't just fucking go to the Stream East and the Stream Yard and the Stream Junkyard and steal shit. We don't. We buy this shit. Es la verdad. Si te ofende, I don't care. Yeah, I don't care. The truth? Look, Boots shows some ability to become a draw. I won't take that away from him. He sold out 2 times in Philadelphia, and he did over $3 million gate in Atlantic City. That was big for them. It was big for them because they commemorated it.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that he can't. What I'm saying is, honestly, look at Cotto. Cotto took a knee with Margarito, and he lost to Manny. He got knocked out. He lost to fucking, he had a couple of losses. Turns around, still sells 900,000 pay-per-view buys con Canelo. This is after he done took a knee. He done got his face all fucked up. You see?
You don't even have to go that far. You don't even have to go to that Canelo thing. After getting beat up by Manny, then he comes back and sells out Yankee Stadium against
Yuri Borman.
All right, that's what happened after
and that big knee brace.
All right, in the Bronx. So what are we talking about here?
That motherfucker had a compression sleeve on his knee.
This shit looked like the Terminator's leg.
Motherfucker had a compression sleeve in that fight. But it's the truth that where there's an old quote. I think it was either from Mark Twain or Sigmund Freud or somebody. It's just something about the iteration of truth, which applies now that. Yeah, well, what are we going to do? We're going to hold off on telling the truth because it offends people? Exactly. Like, what the fuck? We carry this sport. It's the truth.
Exactly, man.
We don't throw a fighter away because he lost. You do that. We don't do that because we don't need them to be perfect. We don't need them to have a O. We don't need that. Canelo Alvarez got 4 losses, still outsells everybody. Why? Because we don't care. It's not about an O. It's about putting on a show. That's what it's about. It's about putting on a show. So it's about. He's fighting Mobili. You could say, mira, diga lo que tú quiera. He's fighting Mobili. He's in his mid-30s. He's coming off a loss. He hasn't fought in a year. He's had surgery, and he's fighting Mobili.
That's not an easy fight, man.
Not at all.
I don't care what nobody said. There ain't no easy walk in the park.
Not at all.
Devin Haney and fucking Shakur Stevenson are out here Twitter fighting.
No. Charlo. Mira Charlo. Yo, dog, Charlo, you really traveling to the other side of the world for a fucking tune-up fight. You ain't never even lost. Remember, Jamal is undefeated. And this,
undefeated in the ring, but he lost to Hennessy.
Yeah, he lost to that Hennessy bottle.
He lost to Denny's too, man.
But I'm just saying that we're at a point, and it's like everything is just weaponized now. If you say something, but it's the truth. Look, we're not talking about, because I could say this. I grew up in that era. I know this. Yeah, back then, I think a lot more black fight fans bought more fights. Mike Tyson, Roy Jones, and esa ira. Yeah, we were all, everybody was getting down. But I do think that over time, yeah, there was a shift in the axis of power. Latinos basically ended up carrying the sport, and I would say that it's been that way for at least 15 years, maybe a little more than that, but that I can see 15 years. Because of the Cotto, because of the Canelo, because to a lesser extent, because of the Marquez and other fighters that were coming through. Like, yeah, we carry this sport. It's the truth. If that hurts your who cares if it hurts your feelings? And why does it hurt your feelings? If I'm wrong, right? And I could do this exercise all day because I have. I used to do it at Ring IQ, which is why that guy and his girlfriend got mad at me the night of the Spence versus Porter fight. I said, yo, did y'all buy that fight? Nah, right? Nah, right? But you want to talk shit to me. I bought the motherfucker. You didn't. But y'all the ones that supposedly love Spence. And I bought the motherfucker. Was that? Yeah, that was that one. No. It was the Garcia fight. It was the Mikey Garcia fight. It wasn't that one. It was the Mikey. Go ahead, Ignacio.
I was gonna say I went to the Spence Porter fight out here in LA, and honestly, the crowd was not predominantly black. It was literally about 50% black and then 50% Latino. It's weird how
you shouldn't be mad. Like, listen, if I say, and I used to do this a lot, Ignacio. You know, we didn't link up then. You didn't know me then. I used to do it on Facebook all the time. I used to rage bait people with that shit. That yo, I don't really need to hear what you think about these fights if you just stealing them. What you think don't matter. Only what I think matters. Because I bought it.
I remember the Facebook days, man.
I remember.
And
I bought it.
you know what?
You didn't buy it.
You had a much more hardline, hardcore attitude back in those days compared to now, too, man. Like, it was pretty fucking harsh, man. People used to get mad as fuck.
Because back then it was for the love of the game. You know, back then, you know, now to a lesser extent it's for the algorithm, whereas back then, yeah, it was just for the love of the game. Like, yo, listen, it's simple. What you think about, because remember, country, Wilder and Joshua was a very hot topic in those days. It was a very hot topic. And I'm just saying that you talking all this shit, none of y'all gonna go to no Wilder fight. Y'all didn't buy that pay-per-view with Wilder. It only did 3 and change. Y'all sitting here comparing him to a guy that filled up a stadium. Y'all sound fucking ridiculous. And you do this with everybody. Everybody. Any fighter that comes out with a Philly shell and a jab, he is God. He's God. Easily. Y'all just don't want to pay for him. But then get mad at us. But then get mad at us. Oh, they trying to. So basically, Brett man trying to say, oh, they trying to rush Xander. No, it's that Xander is a man. Xander is a man, and that's what it really is. Y'all like man children, right? That's the really like. I don't got no hair on my tongue. Y'all like man children. You like for a guy to be damn near 30 and still act like he a little boy.
So,
yeah.
And you know what's the other one? And you guys are probably not gonna agree, but you know, so what? I'm gonna tell you. Andre Ward and what's his name? The other famous boxer.
Alexis, we don't refer to him as Andre Ward. We call him Stuntman Wheeler now.
No, we call him the son of God. We call him the son of God.
Ward, right? Ward. Who's the guy that his name starts with an R? The boxer. He's supposed to be one of the best ever.
Roy Jones?
Yeah, Roy Jones.
Okay.
See that era? I don't know. Roy Jones. They talk so much about him being. I never cared about any of his fights. But anyway, so yeah, him and Roy Jones start talking about this Xander Size fight, and I don't even understand how this happens. They start talking about the Sanders Size fight boost, and then whatever Ward says, oh yeah, well you know he might not be ready for this fight. So then Roy Jones, and deservedly so, says, well you know he can't say that because if you have 2 belts, then you ready. Or else you got to drop them belts because now you can't use that as an excuse and this and that. And at first it was great. I don't know how that turned into now the topic is almost like if he's like Zayas is making up an excuse for losing. Like, dude, like Zayas is the one looking for the fight. What are you talking about?
I mean, like, you know, like if we're gonna have the conversation to where we can actually, you know, really exchange ideas on the thing. Look, man, certain motherfuckers don't like nobody. It is what it is. It's the truth. You don't like proximity is a thing. So you like the Mexicans more than you like the Asians, but you don't really like the Mexicans. You like, you know what I mean? Like you like the Puerto more than you like the Brits, but in truth, you don't really like either of them. You don't like either of them. Because when it comes down to the come down, y'all still really think, and look, there was a time where I would concede that yes, the black fighter is the most dominant fighter in boxing. There was a time where you had to say yes. I don't deny that because I grew up in that era. But those days are over. They've been over for about 20-something years. Yeah, they've been over. The fuck? Oh, Crawford. Crawford is one fighter. Who's the dominant American heavyweight? Who's the dominant American cruiserweight? Please don't say David Benavidez. Who's the dominant American light heavyweight? Who is he? Who's the dominant American super middleweight? Who is he? Middleweight. See, you only dominate the skinny little lizard divisions, if you notice. When men start being built like men, y'all ain't up there. It's the truth. What? 170, 200, 200, y'all ain't up there. It's the truth. But the skinny little lizard stretched out white tea collar divisions. Yeah, yeah. Them divisions. Oh, wait. 147. 140. Right? Oh, 135. You see? The granddaddy of all weight classes. And it tells you where the money is. It's always been that way. The litmus test for this entire sport, the baseline, is the heavyweight division. It always has been. Now, where do you go if you're a heavyweight and you want to get paid? Not America.
For real.
Not America.
Wilder on BLK Prime or something.
You got to go to the UK, right? You got to go to the UK. And all I'm saying is, you got to let go of the past, because you can't fix this thing and inspire these boys by lying to them. We're not dominant anymore. We don't win medals as much as we used to, and we don't dominate these divisions the same way that we used to. We don't. You used to have Roy and Bernard and James anywhere in between 160, 168, and 175. We used to have guys.
What was that skinny fucking what's his name? Wilder, isn't he in another promotion out there in the UK? Making UK money?
I mean, he had to go out there to get his last paycheck, right? Literally, like he had to go out there to get his last paycheck. When he fought here in Wichita, Kansas,
in a fucking high school gym,
in a box of Adidas. It was inside a box of Adidas. Where were the fans? Where was the mighty? What was that shit? Where was the mighty LDBC to support Wilder? Nobody did a video about that fight. You know how I know? Because I fucking checked. Ain't go live. Ain't do nothing. Okay? I went live for the shit though. I went live for the shit. I'm just saying that you gotta call a spade, and this is not new. I always come back to this, Alexis, because it's right around the time I was selling weed. When Jada Kiss comes out with his album, and there was all this fucking buzz in the fucking streets about his fucking album, his solo, like, you know, Jada's good enough to do a solo. He finally does one. What do? You go to 2/5 and buy the bootleg. It is what you don't support shit. You don't support shit.
Wow. I
went to fucking Virgin on 14th Street to get the fucking album. I knew that then when I was young. Yo, you gotta support the artist, bro. I don't want the bootleg fucked up shit with the fucked up tracks in it. I want the real shit. I don't want the bootleg bullshit. What y'all did. Just like, look, Paid in Full, right?
The movie.
It could have been much bigger. I know that if that movie came out the way it was supposed to, if it wasn't leaked and we hadn't all seen it before it, because I saw that shit way before it was in theaters. I saw that shit. I seen that shit high in my homie apartment. If y'all hadn't bootlegged that shit, yo, that shit could have made a killing. That could have been a modern day Boys in the Hood, a post-contemporary, because, you know, there's a lot of years in between those two films. It was that good. And in spite of them bootlegging the hell out of it, it still turned out to be a cult classic. But what I'm talking about is this crab in a bucket shit. It's a real thing. Yes, it is. It's a real fucking thing. This crab in a bucket shit. They're like, y'all motherfuckers don't support nothing. And anybody that pointed out, oh, you'll jump on them. But y'all motherfuckers don't support shit. You don't. You don't. So let somebody say that, oh, yeah, Xander, it would be better for Xander to be, it would be better. He'll generate money. He will generate. Listen, ain't nobody prouder than a New York Puerto Rican. They got that shit on their forehead, Puerto Rico. That shit is on the fucking rear view mirror. It's on the bumper. When the Puerto Rican Day Parade comes out, they put the flag on the hood of the car, bro. Nobody is prouder than a New York Puerto Rican. So if they got a guy that he out here beating people and doing this thing, yeah, they're gonna support him. They go hard. Yo, the Mexican equivalent on the East Coast is the Puerto Rican. Yeah, they go hard for when you doing it right. They go hard for their fighters, bro. They go hard for their fighters. So there's no, you shouldn't feel like you stepping on eggshells. You shouldn't have to step on eggshells, I should say, to tell the truth that yeah, it might be better if Xander wins for the
So
sport.
what happened?
All right. Have you made a pick yet? Oh my bad.
Yo, shut the fuck up, Drew. You gotta stop coming in and interrupting. You ain't fucking leader of the shit. What happened with Sean is I noticed that Sean and many other journalists never give Inoue a fair shake. That's what I noticed. And I've talked about it on more than one occasion, which is why he said what he said, that you've made your 100th video about me. And it's like, how's it about you? It says Max Kellerman in the headline. But whatever, bro. Whatever makes you feel real. But he's like, oh, I give Inoue praise. I'm like, you know, and I'm saying, like, I'm pointing out the things that he said that I'm talking about. That of course you're picking Bam to beat him, but you know, because you picked Fulton. And, you know, he tried to clean it up. Well, when they was going to fight, you know, I actually picked. Yeah, I hear you, bro. I hear you, bro. And then when he beat Fulton, what did you do? You insinuated that he's doping. You insinuated that he's doping. Now, in fairness, Alexis, I have a very nuanced take on doping. I think they're all doping, in all honesty. That's why I don't care. I think they're all doping. But what I'm saying is you tried to use that, and the only reason you said that was to diminish him.
Exactly.
Keep it real. That's the only reason you said that. You weaponized the allegation, because if you could just out the clear blue sky accuse Inoue of doping, why don't you do that to Bam then? Why is Bam not doping then? Right? Let's do it to the Americans. Why is Abdullah Mason? Why is Abdullah Mason not doping? Like, you could, for the way that you said that about that fighter, for the way you said it, you could say that about anybody, because Inoue doesn't hang around a Memo Heredia. Inoue doesn't hang around a Victor Conti. The Japanese boxing convention is many times more strict than this one. When Neri popped hot for Klenbo, what did they do? That dude was banned for like 6 years, bro.
No, they banned him for life, remember?
Really? Yeah, for life. And they only lifted it. They only lifted it so Inoue could beat the shit out of it.
Yeah, but it goes to your larger point, Jules. Zattel only said that to pander to the cookout audience he wants to get invited to.
Honestly,
And that's what I hate about
what I said, Drew, that dude is trying to get invited to the cookout. He got all the hot dog buns. He got the fucking grape soda. He trying to get...
He brought
Hey,
salad.
yeah, no. He want to get invited to the. He want to get invited so he could get sent to the store for Dutchess.
And the shit is, I'm gonna be real. See, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I like that kid though, believe it or not. I've heard some of his other boxing takes. I've heard other stuff he got. He got some good stuff, so I ain't gonna violate. But I'm just saying that, yeah, you're pandering though. You are. Because you taking a shot at that guy, especially at that time when he won that fight. You know, he wins the Fulton fight. Look, call a spade, and I don't mean to offend, because I know that everybody's not the same. You know, it's not every black guy giving Inoue a hard time. It's not every black guy. No, Inoue has black fight fans. He does. But what I'm saying is, a lot of the guys who give him a hard time, they are black. The ones who keep telling him to come here, oh, you got to come here, or if it's not here. Yeah, they are. And a lot of your views, Sean, pander to that. Oh, we got to be doping now because he beat Fulton? He got to be doping? Oh, Shockey Foster just beat Fulton. Did you accuse him of doping?
No, you know why, Jules? Because Fulton was fat.
But is there a correlation to being the PBC black fans that hate Inoue and who Sean panders to?
I mean, there kind of is. There kind of is. I would say that, look, the love and hip hop crowd, just that ilk, that ilk of person, because everybody's not the same, and I don't like to group all people into one. You know, that's just bullshit. You see what I mean? But if you're gonna group, okay, who specifically are we talking about, Drew? We are talking about the Love and Hip Hop fan. We are. We are. Like that's kind of motherfucker that sag so he could show you his asshole, that he kind of like you and he's kind of gay like Broner, right? You see how Broner's kind of gay?
So it's like the ones that think Inouye are doping are the same ones that think Canelo is ducking David.
Listen, what have I been telling you? Javante fans, them dudes don't care about boxing. They just want to have sex with him, right? That like that undercover, like the gay shit, a lot of that gay shit, don't you see it's consistent? It's consistent with Spence. It's consistent with Broner. Dean the Great, that grown-ass man with all them razor bumps just tried to kiss you. And what do? You do more videos with him. More. I would have never seen that motherfucker again. I would have never seen, like, yeah, you got to get the fuck out of here.
Hey,
yeah, we done, bro. We done.
They're going to be kissing on live, bro. One day.
Oh, they are.
Yo, but you
fuck, I look like it's a video of you looking at my ass. I'm asleep on the couch. You really was scoping my ass. Motherfucker said, I know you was built like that.
How about
like the fucking booty bandit that was in jail?
Yeah. How about that famous picture of freaking Broner and Tank Davis? Like,
and you know why they don't talk about it? Because it don't. No le molesta. No le molesta. That's the correlation that I'm making. Essentially, is it's a little hard to put. It's a little hard to contextualize because it does speak to a specific kind of individual. The temper tantrums, the emotionalness, the immaturity, the degeneracy. You know, the only word that I could look at that it's like, yeah, that encompasses all of it is the degenerates. That's who that shit appeals to. That's who that's for. Like, yeah, like if you act like your mom, you don't realize you act like your mom. You know that, right? You know why you don't have no control. You know why you don't have. Shout out to Tommy Sotomayor. I was a Tommy. I didn't even want to admit I was a Tommy Sotomayor fan, but I was like, yo, that dude is spitting, bro.
Dudes that can't read, Jules. These dudes can't read that act like this.
I'm saying, like you just gotta, you know, like, and you know, it's not my field, so I don't stay in that field too long talking about that shit. But if you listen, watch some Tommy Sotomayor, man. That's all I'm going like.
The way the boxing is, this channel's gonna turn into it. You said that in fitness.
And listen to him about the BT 1100s, and you know
you watch. Yo, Tommy was like, I came across that dude because he used to have a couple of channels because they kept getting them banned.
Yeah, shutting them down.
But listen, Tommy was spitting like, listen, he said a lot of shit that'll make a motherfucker uncomfortable, but he ain't never lie. He didn't lie.
What he was doing was holding a lot of the community accountable that did not like being held accountable, and they hated him for it.
No, and listen, and he said something that he said that I didn't think about it until he said it. I ran into his channel ages ago when he was on YouTube. I don't even think he's on YouTube anymore.
He's on Twitter now.
No, I know he's on Twitter, but I mean, like, remember, he used to do videos and like podcasts and stuff like that. I think he's on another platform now because he got banned too many times.
Rumble.
Yeah.
And Tommy says some shit that I never thought about. I'm talking about, I ran into the videos of this guy over a decade ago, but he says something I never thought about, that the guys that had a man in the picture to teach him how to be a man and raise, you know, you don't even got to be the best father, but you learn from what you see. All this emotional, all this I need to shoot you because you stepped on my sneakers, all this wild ass shit, that's the guys that didn't have a dad or a man to be like, yo, control your emotions, B. Only bitches get away with being all emotional like that. Really, that's for the women.
Hard on black women big time, and they hated him.
And they hated Tommy said a lot of shit. And you know, when I heard that shit, I'm like, yo, this dude gonna get shot. These fat bitches is gonna kill this guy. He's gonna get shot. Can't be talking about these big old bitches like that. But he known for that.
Yeah.
He known for
that
that.
video where him and
that's
Tariq Nasheed were kind of like they met and like, you know, Tariq Nasheed was trying to intimidate him, and Tommy had his wrestling belt and shit.
Bro, Tariq Nasheed is another grifter.
He's a fucking grifter, yo.
I just like, and that's the thing that like I don't listen. You know, you shut the fuck up, Drew. I don't stand. You shut the fuck up, round one. I don't stand apart from that community. I consider myself a part of that community. That's why I despise Tariq Nasheed. That's why I despise Al Sharpton. Y'all grifters. Y'all get paid to promote racism. That's y'all get paid for that. If people listen to y'all, they never. If a young motherfucker listen to the shit you saying, he gonna think he can't do nothing, and that's not true. That's not true.
It's
You
comedy.
you could go out there and fuck all these white bitches, all of them. Them days of Emmett Till, was that the kid that got dragged?
Yes, that's the
Emmett
name.
Till?
That's the name. Yeah.
Them days is over, fam. These white bitches is trying to suck dick tonight. But if you listen to them, yeah, you in the 1960s and you need to go march on Selma. If you listen to them guys.
The comedy with Tariq Nasheed is he made them Hidden Colors documentaries all about Black history, even from Africa. Now he's FBA and he doesn't like Africans. It's fucking hilarious.
Because it's a grift. It's a grift, honestly, that has evolved over time. What it really started with, honestly, and you know, at its roots, is pan-Africanism.
Yes.
They didn't even realize. They didn't even realize that.
Yo, you hit it on the head. You hit it right on the head, dude.
I've been on your planet for 500 years, Alexis. I did my homework.
Dude, you hit it right on the head.
That came out in the 60s, man. Definitely.
They viewed the continent of Africa through a racist lens. You're grouping all these people together as if they have no differences, and they do. The Kenyans, the Ghanaians, the Liberians, the Nigerians, they're all different people. The Ethiopians, these are all different sovereign nations. Yeah, there are similarities in culture, the way there are similarities between Puerto Ricans and Dominicans, but they're not the same thing. And you come up with Pan-Africanism and this Pan-African flag that doesn't represent anything. They all have their own flags. They all do. And you adopted this purview of well, this is the, you know, like, the fucking Nas shit. I swear to God, on God, when I was young, I used to wonder about this shit. I used to hear rappers say I need to go back to Africa. I swear to God, Alexis, on a stack of Bibles. I used to think, for what? To get malaria? For what? Hey,
what Richard Pryor? What did Richard Pryor say? What create a city? Fuck with them lions.
You know why? You know why I used to think that, Jules, is because of the Sally Struthers commercials.
Yo, because I grew up watching that little boy. I grew up watching that little boy with the fly on his face. It's like, yo, 1 minute y'all telling me that kids in Africa is starving and all the things and the thing. But next thing, I need to go over there. For what?
Exactly. And you hit the nail on the head, Jules. Like, there might be some cultural difference, but the only similarity is really the complexion. When you looked at the physiognomy, Nigerians look nothing like Ethiopians.
They don't. Honest to God, they don't, and they look nothing. Listen, let me tell you something. Really, it's the phenotype. The word you're looking for is the phenotype, and that's the structure of the face. Listen, and I say this with the utmost respect. You'll know when you're talking to a Somalian.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm the captain. I'm the captain now. I'm the captain now.
I am the captain.
Did you ever see that South Park episode where they were making fun of South
all this conversation making me want to call ICE.
When she was she was hidden in the cabin eating away and shit, and making the kids serve her and shit.
So let's say that I believe that there's been a bastardization of the, diaspora is the official word for it, but it's sort of a bastardization of a people, and some people found an identity in that diaspora. That is the Puerto Rican, that is the Cuban, that is the Dominican, that a different culture evolved and grew from the diaspora, right? That yes, we're the children of Africa and Europe, but we are not those things. No, we're something different. Because if you dropped us in Africa, we wouldn't know where the fuck to go. We don't speak the language. Our music is different. So something different grew from that diaspora. And where America is unique, that experience for the slaves that ended up in America is they were bastardized. A culture grew from that, but it was a culture they were sharing with their captors. You see? You could argue that maybe we were too with the Spaniards. Maybe we were too. But the relationship is just different. Why do you think I'm Dominican? I'm the product of slaves, the same as somebody else, but I'm not living 400 years ago, bro. The fuck?
You don't want reparations?
I don't, like, I don't go in the fridge and like, damn, I don't got no more cheese. Fucking white man. What? Like no. What?
You know who else is a major grifter too? Is that Dr. Umar Johnson, dude? That guy's
country. I'm telling you that I have a deep disdain for these guys, and the reason I have a deep disdain for these guys is if a young man listens to them, he's gonna build a prison for his mind.
Exactly.
They are not only. See, I'm not telling you that the white man is not your enemy. I'm not telling you that, believe it or not. I'm telling you everybody is your enemy. That's why you got to look out for yourself.
Yep. Never mind that. Yo, let me ask you something. You know, you ever heard of this guy named Andre Williams?
No, I don't know.
Got a mustache, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's funny.
Know that, how you were talking about Sotomayor or whatever? Well, this dude is that like times 10. I'm uncomfortable listening to him.
He cracks me up though, Alexis. He cracks me the fuck up because he's so calm when he's saying
funny.
the shit.
He's extremely funny. But let me tell you something. That fucking dude is lethal, bro. Like, I can't even repeat what he says on your show, bro. Like, you'll be shut down.
You'll get demonetized if he did, Jules.
look him up. Andre Williams, bro.
I'll look him up. Yeah. You look up Tommy Sotomayor, and like I said,
I remember him.
That like he was wilding. But the point is, there has been a bastardization, and I honestly believe, if we're gonna delve into it, I do believe that they incentivize the black woman to not have the man in the home and not have the nuclear family and stay on the government assistance. I believe that I honestly believe that not only do they incentivize them to do that, it's deliberate. Like, yeah, that's what you want, because it keeps the people weak and it keeps them uneducated. It keeps them out of certain spaces. Yeah, that's what that is.
It's such a simple equation, man, but nobody.
It is, because it creates a perpetual lower class.
Hey, to talk about it is racist, and then when you bring it up to try to enlighten people, you're a coon. Anyway, man, yo, bro, no doubt, bro, no doubt.
Alexis, real quick, let's bring it back to boxing. I'm more confident in picking Xander even now today, watching some of the interviews. What's pissing me off is now everybody's blaming Xander for the box office. Like, he's turning down interviews. What if it doesn't sell? I don't give a fuck.
The other one. That was the other one.
I saw that somebody wrote that. Somebody actually wrote that, and I read it.
Yeah.
Oh well, I think it was Adam Abramovich.
And I hit him like fucking fuck that shit.
And it's like, it's not Xander's fault. It's not Boots' fault either. The truth is, it's the fight. Like, this is not a super fight, bro. Like, this is not a super. Listen, this is not on the level of Cotto y Canelo in 2015. It's not, bro. Like,
this is a Sergio Martinez, Paul Williams type fight.
This is Cotto versus Daniel Gill level.
Can I just tell you something, though, Jules? Can I just tell you something? I don't know if you're gonna agree with me or not, but I think there is. I'm not blaming anybody, but there is a difference between weekends. The weekend after the Puerto Rican Day Parade is not the same as the weekend before.
No, I agree with that.
And that's or to be on the same weekend. The way they used to do it, I'm telling you, the way they used to do it with Cotto, how they built Cotto was that the Saturday before the Sunday, right? The day before, they'd have a fight. the Friday to Saturday. That's how they built Cotto, and he'd be on, he'd be on the float or whatever. They'd have like they'd build a ring in the Bronx, whatever. He could do some outside training, have the fight at the Garden. Boom, Puerto Rican Day Parade. That was the flow of things. So there's a little disruption to it.
No,
But that's not
I
the
would.
Well, the
history.
Knicks disrupted it a little bit.
No, no,
Exactly.
I would. Yeah, but you could use the synergy of the Knicks. Like, I wouldn't even say that the Knicks disrupted it, because if you know there's a collection of individuals all gathering in a space for a sporting event, that's a
Uh-huh.
promotional opportunity if it's anything, especially if it's in line with the Puerto Rican Day Parade. If you're gonna
Mhm.
get so many people all in one place, that's the perfect time to advertise a fight. What I would say is, honestly, look, if you're gonna idealize the situation, you would have did that fight the day of the Puerto Rican Day Parade, or the week that weekend. You would have did it
Right,
that.
that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
you would have did it that weekend. The problem, Boots ain't gonna like that, and you know that a lot of the black fight fans are not gonna like that, because
But
they're
there's
gonna.
black Puerto Ricans.
Right, because then it will cement Boots as the B side.
But he is the
Yeah,
fucking B side.
and what I respect about Bernard Hopkins, for example, he knew, yo, I'm gonna fucking get these Puerto Ricans mad. I'm gonna get them mad. Like,
Yeah.
they gonna want to kill me. But that's promotion, bro.
Yes.
Like, yeah, that's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do. Whereas now, I listen, I seen Boots was on Power
Ariel Hawani?
105. Power 105, and I listened to 30 seconds to, you know what I'm saying, and I'm like, all right, bro.
Yeah. Jules, I don't
no.
want to hear that fucking jive of there's
Retard.
levels to this, there's levels to this, and he's gonna
Man,
see. I've
just
heard
'cause-
there's levels to it for fucking 20 years from every American fighter.
That dude has the personality of like
And that stupid hat.
lukewarm tap water. Like you just all you say is cookie cutter shit. Yo,
There's levels.
There's levels.
You know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of that dude. That couldn't on the from Fat Albert.
Talking about
Fat Albert.
From Fat Albert.
Yeah.
I think he means Mushmouth from Fat Albert.
Yeah,
That aside, Alexis, how confident in you are Zayas, Chicken Zayas?
I'm pretty confident.
I like what I'm seeing from him, how he's training, and I think that side's gonna be in for a rude awakening because they think he's a pushover.
Damn, Jules
They
Green,
do.
man, you turned red as your shirt.
And like what I love what Xander says, like look what Boots was doing at 23, and look what I'm doing at 23.
Facts.
Yeah, it looks like a beat. Yeah, look how red
Take a breath.
I gotta stop thinking about that shit.
Get him
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Oh my god.
I forgot. Yo, that's the perfect shit.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he sound like.
Exactly, bro. That's all I think about every time I see him with the stupid hat to the side, and I'm like,
Yo, but that's what he sound like, and I'm like, yo, I watch Xander, talk his shit. I watch him talk his shit, and I'm like, yo, how is English his second language? Because that's literally his second language. And this your first? This you speak this shit all the time? Wow.
Have you made a pick, motherfucker? Have you made a pick?
Oh man.
I'm feeling shit out. I do want to see the boys at the weigh-in. Like I may not wait that long, Drew. I may not
Okay.
wait that long, but I
Mm.
do want to see them at the weigh-in. I do. It's very. It's like I'm sort of being influenced by the odds makers because it's like, could they really be this wrong? Could they? He's a 5-1 favorite now. He's a 5-1 favorite now, Boots. And I'm like,
Wow.
and I look at the shit and I'm like, how is
Gotta
this
put a
guy?
bet down on. Gotta put a
How
bet
is
down on
this
Zion.
guy a 5-1 favorite? Like
Yeah,
because he beat Lima? What? Because the
Why?
hat?
He beat Karen.
Bruh.
Because he's black, straight up. Because his
Yeah,
name
then
is
talk
Boots,
about it. Talk
and he's
about
from
it.
Philly, and that's it. That's
I
all it
mean,
took.
like, if you're gonna say the quiet part out loud, I was thinking like, yeah, that must be it. They just like, yeah, that must be it.
At the
That's
end, they,
And Chris Mannix said, Alexis,
look,
if he beats him, he's a Hall of Famer.
well, check this out. If you look at just the resumes, if you really look at it, that guy, Abbas, whatever that Zayas fought,
Baru, yeah.
okay, Baru, right? So he's not known, but guess what? He beat that Cuban dude who was getting some kind of buzz, no?
yeah, in Miami.
Yeah,
In Miami.
that was building his PBC
He
fighters,
shut
getting
that.
a
He
buzz.
shut that shit down.
The Cuban, and he took the belt from that guy.
Let's go a
that's-
step further. There's
Boom.
nobody on Boots' resume that Abbas Baru couldn't be.
Exactly.
Who the fuck is on? Who the fuck
So
is
what
on
are you-
his
what are you
resume?
talking about? What are you
And-
basing
And then,
this
and then,
greatness from?
la cuestión then becomes, because this is what I've been stuck on, sort of this week. Do you just take it on faith that Boots is better than he's shown so far? Like, do you buy into this? And I'm like, I don't know. This could be a Jeff Lacey thing, man. This could be a Jeff Lacey. This could be a Wilder Fury. Yeah, like,
Dude, no,
your
check this out.
resume,
I'm telling you that
it
he's
doesn't tell the
Broner.
story that they
No.
telling. It
Boots is
doesn't.
Broner.
And by default,
Boots
I
is
don't care what everybody
Broner.
says. Boots is more a PBC fighter than a Matchroom.
I
And
always say
fucking
that.
Basura,
let's
Matchroom,
just
that
say
we know the
he's a
story.
Showtime. He's a Showtime
Yeah.
fighter. Like, yeah, he is a
He-
Showtime fighter.
He
is.
reminds me so much of Broner on the come up. I said to people when I knew Broner wasn't Broner. Remember one day I took over fucking Ring IQ?
Yeah.
I kept saying all I kept doing was putting PPC fighters and putting a gatekeeper. and
Yo,
put
listen.
And
gatekeeper.
the
Listen,
fight with Broner that
this
proved
shit-
that.
Ready to
This
kill me.
YouTube, let me tell you something. This YouTube shit is nothing. They wanted to, listen, they
Yeah.
wanted to kill him, bro. Like, I'm not even playing.
Murder me.
They hated him,
And
bro.
all I did was put their face, and this is when they were undefeated. Right, wrong. Undefeated Broner, undefeated Garcia, undefeated Thurman, and I'll be like, gatekeeper. Gatekeeper. You know what I'm saying? Okay. All right.
Well, you
that
remember,
day?
Alexis.
Yo, dude,
Me-
I put up about 5 minutes, the whole fucking, I shut down the whole page.
Yo, listen.
check this out.
You remember when we had moderators? See, I had moderators. I had guys, they're gonna moderate, right? They moderate. And they hated a lot. Like, you didn't know the chats in the chat, like, yo, we gotta do something about it. Let's show.
Oh, Alexis, they must have hated you.
I never violated any of the rules. But I
No,
didn't have
and
to.
that's why,
I was just telling the truth.
you see,
I was
you a
just telling the
mind reader. You a mind reader, because that's what I would tell him. He didn't break any of the rules. He pissed some people off, but he didn't break no rules. I gotta get the
never-
door. I'll be back. I gotta get the door.
But Alexis, they must have really hated you the night after the Broner Ponce de Leon fight.
Oh yeah.
Well, no, you know when I discovered that this fucking dude was not it. Paulie Malignaggi exposed him. He lost that fight.
Oh, he lost that. But you remember
he
the
lost
Ponce
that
de
Ponce
Leon
de
fight? He
Leon
lost
fight,
that.
too.
That Ponce de Leon fight, he was getting his ass kicked.
Dude, I didn't really watch PVC. I don't know.
No, this was still when he was on
still
That was HBO.
No, but what I'm saying, I
Yeah.
never watched that whole, because I could just dude, you guys won't believe me. I could just look at something and be like, espérate, that ain't it.
Oh,
And I
you
just
remember
won't
that fight,
watch
bro?
it.
On HBO? Remember that fucking Ponce de Leon fight?
So you weren't convinced about the Jason Litzau and the Eloy Perez wins, Alexis?
I'm like,
or
yo,
you
who
weren't
is this
convinced by
guy?
Gavin Reese and fucking Vicente
Nah.
Escobedo?
Oh,
No.
please.
What
The
is
only thing I got a kick out of the way that his father brushed his hair, and I'm like,
yeah.
you know,
What does Eddie Hearn do with Boots if they lose, Alexis?
oh man,
It all
oh
depends. Honestly, I think it all depends on how he loses. If he gets outpointed, but it's competitive, I don't think his stock drops that much because
Yeah,
he
I don't
sells
either.
in Philly.
his stocks
He
dropping.
sells in Philly, and people will go
But
out
he's close
and
to 30 though.
No,
yeah, no, but
his
I don't
stocks are
think his
gonna drop.
stock drops that much. I really don't. If
But
he's
is Eddie gonna
competitive and loses,
overpay him to rebuild?
no,
He's overpaying
I,
him
I
now.
can't imagine he would. I mean, honestly, if I'm
I
Eddie,
can,
I'd be like, Boots, if you sell tickets, then we'll pay you X amount of dollars and then you get
but
so much of the gate.
I can see a scenario. I can see a scenario where Zayas outboxes him, uses his legs, and the controversy was like, well, you can't beat somebody just by running and shit like that. I can see that. I can see that kind
Hmm.
of scenario might be able to save his career, losing like that, where they have some controversy and Zayas move too much and stuff like that. I can see that
But
scenario.
isn't it funny how you're saying if Zayas moves too much, it's a problem. But when their guys do it, oh, it's just
Right,
boxing.
right, right. Exactly. So it's
No,
fucking
no. I
boxing.
just feel I think Zayas is gonna put on a show.
I believe it.
I
I
just said
believe
something
it.
I feel I could see it. Alexis, no, you don't. The kid's 23, but he's like, nah, fuck this. I want this fight. Well, meanwhile, Boots needs 75 tune-ups every time he goes to a new weight class.
Every single time. And like I said, man, that thing, I mean, I didn't even think about, but when he simplified that shit, like, I'm 23, I'm fighting you. Who were you fighting at 23? And that is like, it shuts it down, man. And it really puts into perspective the resumes. And if you look at it from that perspective alone, it's like, what is the argument? Who is this Ennis that keeps stunting and fronting on everybody in the ring, styling and profiling against fighters that are handpicked for him? Clearly.
I
I
don't know.
think
To me, it just
I
kind of
got Boots
feels like
winning.
he's wasted his time somewhat in his career a
No,
bit.
look, I
You
got
know,
Boots winning because I think he's gonna have a bigger punch than Xander, and he's gonna push Xander back. That would probably make Xander be on his toes, going on the back
See,
foot.
I think
But
I see a scenario, hopefully, where because I'm telling you, I get such Broner vibes from
The minute he really gets
from
checked, huh?
Boots. I feel
Boots,
that
yeah,
he's
no,
gonna
I've
keep
seen him
his.
get
I could
checked,
see a
and he did it.
scenario. I could see a scenario where he does the Broner shit and keeps his hands in his pocket, waiting for the perfect shot.
Yeah.
Oh no, he
Doesn't
ain't
let his
gonna do
hands
that.
go.
He gotta let.
Exactly.
He's not doing that. I mean, the thing is about Boots and Xander is like Boots is a boxer puncher and Xander is a boxer, but I've seen them box a lot. Also, when both Xander and Boots be in the phone booth trading, they both get clipped. I've seen Boots, I've seen Xander, like these guys in the phone booth, they get
Mhm.
clipped. So, and then I've seen Boots when he switched southpaw, he could fuck with people. So, to
Mm.
me, it's like if it ends in the phone booth, both of these guys are gonna get clipped, but
well,
someone
also
is gonna
too,
do
Bruce,
Look,
something
the
better.
the, the,
tends
the,
to have
the,
a
the
bit of trouble
decider,
with moving
the
too.
real decider, I don't really think, like, I don't think it boils down to Boots' ring IQ. Look, we've seen him, okay? You don't get hit with shit like that because tú eres toda esta cosa. Like, nah, homie, like, forget the
Mm.
boxer shit. The real question is, I think, do you really hit that hard? Because that's the only way I see you winning. The
Mm.
only way I see you winning is if you really hit that hard. Like, Xander's a great boxer, great feet, great fundamentals. I like his defense, but he doesn't hit hard. That's what he doesn't have. He doesn't have power like that. He's got size, but he doesn't have
Mhm.
power like that. And the only thing I see that could be the game changer, could decide the fight for Boots, is if you really do hit that hard. And we have no way to know. You
Yeah,
Well, let me
that's what I'm
fucking.
ask you
saying,
this.
Jules.
Let me
Or
ask you guys this: who do you think is going to win the battle of the feet between those two?
That's not
Look,
hard.
but
Boots
of
is
course,
flat
guys.
footed.
But to your point, Jules, I think okay. Do you hit that hard? But also tag along with that, right along is does Zayas not hit hard at all? Is he does he not punch hard enough for you to feel good about just walking through him? Because he doesn't stop somebody, but there's people that just hit you, like Floyd used to do. Like I hit you hard enough, you just don't want to get hit
No,
with
no,
that.
that's not a question. See, okay, we've seen enough of Xander against junior middleweights to know that devoid of this fight, he's not a power guy. You would
Mm-hmm.
not you don't think of him as a power guy. So it's not a question of Xander's power. It's a question of Boots' durability. And that's another one that well, who the fuck did
Mm.
and it all goes back to the same thing that I've been saying. After 34 fights and like a decade in the fucking welterweight division, we should know more about you. And we don't. We don't I don't know how durable you are because you ain't been in there with nobody. I don't really
Yeah,
know how
I
hard
mean,
I don't really know how hard you hit. Who the fuck did you hit? Who did?
Yeah.
Oh, he beat Sergey Lipin. Yeah.
Delorme.
no,
Hey,
I mean, this is the thing I see from him though. It's like I've seen him get hit. I've seen Karen cracked the shit out of him and rocked him back, and he took it. And that's when him IBF 147 looking like a skeleton in the closet. So he should be
The
better
only
at 154.
the only guy that I saw that it's like I do think of him as a puncher, sort of a puncher. Like, yeah, you don't want to let him hit you clean. Is Avanesian. Because he beat the fucking dog shit out of Josh Kelly. Like, yeah, you don't let him hit you clean. That guy, he's not better beef, but yeah, he's got something because he fucked up Josh Kelly, man. Like, think about it. The Josh Kelly that just was able to shake and bake Bakaram, David Avanesian beat the dog shit out of that dude. You see? That's the only puncher, sort of, that I saw Boots in there with. But it's like, okay, so after 33 fights, let's call it 33, 32. The hardest puncher you fought is David Avanesian.
Yep. And another
And
thing,
he was
though.
getting hit. He was David
Another
was
thing,
hitting
though,
him.
fellas, like they're not going to be away from each other. They're going to be at 160 together too. And I think Xander's going to be better at 60.
Well, I mean, like, I think that Xander, and I've been saying this, after this weekend, he's done at 60 just because he won't get the fights that he wants. Or like, he's not gonna get Sebastian. Like, that dude is gonna hide. He's not gonna fight.
And he's gonna fight Virgil at 60 when they're both there, huh?
That's the other thing. Like, Sebastian's not gonna do none of that. Josh Kelly, he's not gonna concede home field advantage. He's not. He wants it in the UK. That's what he wants. He's not gonna come here unless Turkey throws a bag at that guy. Fucking forget it. It's not gonna happen. So I think that Xander's done at 54 after this weekend. Boots, if he wins, I don't know. He'll stay there. He'll get
the Kelly fight.
Yeah, he'll get the if he can't get and he won't get Sebastian either, but he can get the Kelly fight. Go ahead, Herb.
All right, now you say Boots, he would need a knockout, but we know if Boots is going to score now, he's going to have to fight flat-footed. He got to sit on those punches, and then Zaya knows how to dance around shit like that. So I don't know.
But if he really hit that hard, see, okay, Boots has long arms, so he can catch you. If that's the other thing, that's if he's really like that. Because I'm thinking, okay, when a guy has long arms and he's got power, he can make it unsafe for you to exit the pocket because he can still catch you. We saw that with Jared Anderson. He tried to bip exit the pocket, but Charles Martin would still keep catching him with the straight punches. You don't have no, like, I don't know what.
You're not going to convince me he's Crawford and he can make you pay like that.
That's what I'm saying. That like dog, who did this buzz that he got, or this vote of confidence that he got? With Spence, at least he went to Sheffield and he broke Kell Brook's orbital bone. You see, at least he did that. There was a basis that, okay, Keith Thurman fought Leonard Bundu and he could not stop him. Errol Spence fought Leonard Bundu, and he did stop him. You see? So you had like a foundation, something that you could say. They give Boots more credit for Dulorme than they gave fucking Crawford. It doesn't, bro. The shit makes no sense, bro. It doesn't make no sense with this guy.
Know. That's true. No, look. I like Boots. I'm a Boots fan, but when people say Roy Jones, like he don't have no Roy Jones feet. Like, where the fuck do people come up with?
I don't know. I think that it's a really big reach because scarcity creates value, and at a time where a lot of American fighters just don't get you excited anymore, they look at Boots. And it's like, they want him to be those things. But I'm just saying that I take away all the Crawford shit, take away all the Virgil shit, all of the polarizing shit, and just look at his body of work. And I'm like, I don't get the buzz, bro. I'm sorry. Like, I don't get the buzz. Like, nah, I don't get it.
I mean, I like him. But
no, he's okay. He's okay to watch, but
they say he's the next Roy Jones.
My God, he's okay. He's okay to watch. Like, but I think Munguia's okay to watch. I think a lot of guys are okay to watch. Like, yeah, you're fun to watch. Don't get me wrong. If you fighting, I'm going to watch. But the way that they, just the treatment, it's like, yo, y'all acting like he there already, and it's like it doesn't make sense. Like, what did he do? What did he do?
He beat the great Roman Villa, Jules.
Yes. He's gonna.
You know what I wonder? I wonder how Boots is gonna have to deal with the movement, and B, is he gonna be effectively able to cut off the ring?
Well, it depends because Xander's movement is not the outside cutie pie movement. When you talk about cutting off the ring, you're thinking of a guy who's fighting like Devin, where he's going to be like 4 to 5 feet away, so you have to cut it off. That's not really what Xander does. It's poop, 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 and I'm out. Poop, 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 and I'm out. He sort of stays just outside of mid-range. He doesn't circle all the way out. You see, because he's not going to stay behind straight punches. He throws combinations. He'll come in, poop, 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 and then he's out, poop, 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 then he's out, poop, 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 and that could just I could see that bothering Boots. That like the guy's not really running from me, he's in and out. He's not really running from me. Whereas if it's like a Devin or a Shakur where they're all the way out and they're just jabbing, yeah, guys like that you got to be able to cut off the ring. Guys like that because they're nowhere near you. They're just nowhere near. And even Shakur doesn't do it that bad. Really, it's Devin that does that because you could watch the Teofimo Lopez fight and you could see Shakur is just outside of mid-range, just outside of it. So if he takes a step, he's out. He takes a step, he's in. Because he didn't run from Teofimo if you watch it. He didn't run from him. He stayed on him. Devin is the one. Devin is the one that he wants to be 5 and 6 feet away from the guy all the way out there in the cosmos somewhere. He's the one that does that shit.
But Shakur did act extra gay against Nakatila and against De Los Santos. So it's kind of hard to shake that.
No. I don't disagree, but I'm just saying that Shakur has more of a propensity to stay within striking distance than Devin. That they can both be boring, but Devin is really the outside cutie pie. Like, yeah, this is a guy you got to nail his fucking feet to the floor, bro. Like, yeah.
Well, how effective do you think Zayas' jab is going to be in this fight?
That's a tough one. Boots is not really a jabber. Boots is not really a jabber. I would say Xander's more of a jabber than he is.
Right, but I mean that's going to be one of his main weapons of of setting everything up. Obviously, because that's textbook boxer. But I mean, how effective do you think his jab will be against Boots in this fight? Because
Boots ain't no Purnell, man. He really, and that's why for me it's mind-boggling, country, that on one end I don't want to write him off because that a part of that is me just being unimpressed. So I might not be giving him a fair shake. I want to watch him. I'm going to watch some Boots fights either on tomorrow or Friday, so I could just reacquaint myself. Like, let me get another look at this guy because off the dome, I'm like, he aight. That's what I always he aight. Like, I'm not even saying he trash, but come on, dog.
I'm telling you, Jules, he's a poor man's Michael Nunn. That's what he is. A tall, lanky motherfucker who's got fast hands, but he don't really impress you with his overall game.
Yeah, like I think about Xander's 2 fights with Jorge Perez. This is a big guy, lots of ring coverage, and he was on Xander's ass in that fight. Like, he's putting a lot of pressure on him. And Abbas Baru, Xander had to fight every minute of that fight because that's another pressure guy. That's another guy that he's gonna throw a lot. He's gonna stay on top of you. He's gonna, he's really trying to wear you out. And I'm like, Boots doesn't even fight like that. He like, no, he's not a pressure guy. He doesn't. It's not like that. He's looking for a big one. He's that guy that, like, yeah, he's looking for 1 or 2 big ones, and then he'll move in if he can get in with 1 or 2 big ones. And I'm like, I don't, it's a tough fight to edge, man. It really is, because it's like either you don't believe shit about Boots, or you do, And for me, it's very difficult because all the earmarks that I use to gauge a fighter's abilities, he doesn't tick off on any of those boxes. No, you didn't do anything, bro. You didn't do shit. Like with Devin, whether you like him or not. You know that his qualities are bankable because of who he did it to. See, the same George that sent Teofimo to the hospital. Oh, Devin played with him. You got to give him that. Yeah, Devin played with that dude, bro. If you don't got the feet, you're not going to get to Devin, bro. You need the feet, you need the power, and you need the ring coverage. And if you don't have those things, you're not getting to this guy. It's bankable. A lot of the time it's boring, but it's bankable. You can trust it. What you see from Devin, What you see from Shakur, To a lesser extent, with more limited fighters like William Zepeda, you don't have to wonder about what William's going to do. Like, you don't have to. You don't need to wonder, bro. Those are bankable qualities that he brings from one fight to the next, and he's done it against opposition that tells you something. How do you know his pressure is good? The same Giovanni Cabrera that was able to box Isaac Cruz's socks off, he couldn't finish with Zepeda. That's how you know. He couldn't finish.
Not only that, Jules, how many guys can say they quote unquote they won rounds against a guy like Shakur Stevenson that most guys can't even get 1 round or 2 rounds off of him.
Yeah, that you look at the guys that a guy fought, and they tell you that that's what tells you where the guy is, who he fought. And when you look at Boots, it's like one big showcase fight. Like, your resume is a showcase fight. It is, like, yeah.
They found 35 opponents from the Big Punch Arena.
Fucking 34 guys from Penn Station, bro. It's a showcase fight, bro.
He was dudes trying to play child support that he was fighting. I was like, at least he got some kind of character, Boots is just a fucking robotical. That nigga is bugged out.
And you know what the shit is, Herb? That I don't want to just say that outright because maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong before. Maybe I'm completely misjudging this guy. But what I know for sure is your resume doesn't tell me nothing. It doesn't. I look at Mobili's resume. Motherfucking Martinez, Gongora, Derevyanchenko. I'm like, okay. Fucking Shiraz even. Carlos Adames. Fucking Edgar Berlanga. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Boots, you might be a motherfucking mirage. How your shit is wow. Like, bro, who the fuck this guy fight? Who are these people, bro?
Berlanga ain't nobody, though.
Nah, he ain't. No, but what you could say, country, is look, where it matters. Edgar Berlanga fought Canelo for 36 minutes. Didn't get knocked out. Now, how do you know Hamza Shiraz hits hard? Hamza hit that motherfucker. He couldn't go the distance. That's how you Hamza hit that motherfucker. He couldn't go 36 minutes with Hamza. So at minimum, don't let Hamza hit you clean. Yeah, don't let him hit you clean. That dude has power. He might be missing some other shit, but he got power. That's what I mean. Whereas, what you supposed to derive from Boots versus Chris Van Heerden? What the fuck did we learn today?
I don't know.
It's tough, bro. And that's why I keep saying that. I look at the guys that Xander fought, and people are sneezing at him the way that people do. But I'm just thinking that Jorge Perez beat Charles Conwell. Charles Conwell was undefeated. Undefeated American. Good amateur background. Jorge Perez beat him. Xander beat him.
Baru beat Tellez.
Right? Patrick Teixeira beat Carlos Adames. Xander beat him. And that's another guy, Patrick Teixeira, Jorge Perez, Abbas Baru. What do they all have in common? These guys got one gear, bro. They are going to apply pressure. They're just going to come forward, throw a lot of punches at you, and they're not going to stop, right? What that tells me is, yeah, Xander can handle pressure. Apparently he can, because those guys, all three of them guys is pressure fighters. All three of them. They're all durable. They all can hit a little bit, and they got ring coverage. Patrick Teixeira's not a small 154. He never was. That dude got some height and some length. So I'm just thinking, Boots is not a pressure guy. He doesn't go in and throw a heap of shit. He'll hit you with some shit, and then if it land, he'll bring over some other shit. But if that first shit don't land, you end up in the Karen Chukadzian fight. That's what you end up with. And then, excuse me if I think that Xander is better than Karen Chukadzian. Excuse me. So it's tough, man. It is.
Well, he's got to be, since he ain't going to lose to a guy like Patty Donovan. Hey, Jules, but real quick, what do you think about the storyline that some people are trying to put out there about Zayas not really getting ready for this fight, of it being more of a fat camp?
I don't agree with that. I mean, like, if I think people just use that shit when they want to use it, because what was Boots' welterweight campaign if not a fat camp? The whole fucking run is a fat camp. You know what I mean? If you're gonna say, oh well, he had to spend all this time making weight, listen, then you could say that about Devin. Then you could say that about Boots. Yeah, you could say that about a lot of guys. You know, just because he's bigger than a guy, they choose when they want to acknowledge. And I'm not denying that, like, yeah, Xander looks big. He does look fluffy. I'm not saying he's not. I'm saying that Boots looked fluffy in between fights when he was at 47. So if we're going to say that about Xander, we can say that about Boots. Like, yeah, your whole welterweight run was one big fat camp. Who did you have to worry about at 47? Who you had a real serious camp for at 147? Who? Yes, you know, it's like I said, it's tough. It's tough. That's a tough fight to edge, because I just don't have that kind of faith in Boots. But I can't trust myself either. I could be wrong. Could be misjudging the whole fucking thing. But every earmark that I look for in a fighter, when I think about a Crawford, when I think about a Spence, when I think about a Mabili, a Pacheco, anyone, I got earmarks that I look for. It's pretty consistent. Boots, yo, dog, your whole shit is a showcase fight. It just looks like one big showcase fight.
Yeah,
they would get her.
This is like brain damage trying to put this shit together, man. I'm blaming it all on Boots, though, too, man. All the fucking mental torture I'm going through trying to put this together and trying to give people the benefit of the doubt, or, you know, it's just mind-boggling, man. I'm blaming Boots for all that shit.
What I'm gonna do before I make a pick tomorrow, I'm a cut on a couple of his recent fights, and I'm really gonna watch how he moves, because I don't got to look at his opponent. We know they ain't shit. I'm not even gonna watch the Lima fight. I'm not gonna watch the Lima fight. I'm gonna watch the first Chukadzian fight and probably the Avanesian fight. I'm gonna watch those two, because, like I said, you know, like they see the flashy shit that he do, and they think that's boxing. Like, yeah, they really like they high, like, you high on like style shit. That's not fundamental boxing.
And one.
Exactly, that was the parallel. Whereas when I look at Xander, I see he get the jab out, get the hand back quick. He protects himself good in the pocket, exits the pocket, comes back. Like I see shit. It's just, are we really about to see this guy exposed? And that's the question. Like, is Boots really about to get exposed, or is he what they say he is? And that's why I told Alexis. For me, I think it boils down to whether or not he actually hits that hard. I don't see him outboxing Xander. The only way I see Boots winning is, if he get in with a hot one, maybe he could knock him down. That's what I see. Like, if he get in with a hot one and he really land, but then that's more about his power than his boxing.
Yeah, he's got to hit him with some shit he doesn't see.
Yeah, that's more about his power than his boxing, because as a boxer, no, I'm not impressed. You styling on flat-footed plotters. That's who you doing all that shit to, guys who literally can't move. And the first time you fought a guy who could move a little bit, well, you couldn't close the show. You couldn't. It's not a Showtime fight either, to where you're going to get the benefit of the doubt if nothing happens in the round. This is not a Showtime fight. It's tough, man. It's tough. On that note, I'm fucking going to sleep. I'll see y'all on the next one.
Night, fellas. Night,
Peace.